Hey guys, DJ Love Drop here. I'm gonna make my second guide for Great Wing Fighters. It's gonna be about just powers and only about powers. I'm gonna go over what's so good about the abilities, what kind of abilities you're gonna want for leveling, and then I'm gonna go into endgame content right after that. So we're gonna start off with your beginning spells. It's kind of glitchy, you can't see it, but it's not so fast. Spinning Strike and Destroyer right here. Your All Might can get these abilities. Reaping Strikes, you're a little tiny at will AoE. I recommend don't even use it. It's not worth it. You get the point, but you don't want it. You want Sure Strike. Sure Strike's your main ability for leveling. Just because it's better DM damage than this one. This one's okay, but you don't have any abilities for it to back it up at low levels, so it's not worth it. Then you're gonna get Not So Fast, Spinning Strike, and Destroyer. Destroyer's okay. It helps you kill AoE mobs a lot faster. But your main one's gonna be Not So Fast. I can just click on it. Just because it does a decent amount of AoE damage for low levels. Actually really high for low levels. This starts unscaling at endgame. But what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want Not So Fast. And then level 5, when you level up after your tutorial, you're gonna want to get Mighty Leap. And then you're gonna want Restoring Strike. The reason why you want both of them is because you're actually going to use all three of these for leveling. These are your main abilities for encounters. You're going to have Sure Strike, Not So Fast, Mighty Leap, and Restoring Strike. That's going to be your main thing. The reason why you want to do that is because you just jump in Not So Fast, real fast. Good AoE damage immediately. And then Restoring Strike heals you a little bit. That's not the main reason. It's because you don't have that much single target damage after that. So you want some type of single target damage, which is going to be a Restoring Strike, which actually does pretty decent amount of damage early game. Spinning Strike, I wouldn't put any points into it. It's not good, because when you hit level 10, as you can see down here, you're going to get Slam and Avalanche, and you're just going to put Avalanche of Steel on your bar, and you're not going to worry about 2 slot at all, because Avalanche Steel is OP. Slam's okay. If you pull like a ridiculous amount in the dungeon, if you're doing dungeons low level, then Slam would be okay. But Avalanche Steel does the most damage. The only thing bad about it is when you jump in the air, you can't do DPS, so that's the only negative. But other than that, it's amazing. That's also when you get Determination. You get probably the most OP tab ability in the game. It's better than Stealth, it's better than everything. It's just reduced damage, faster attacks with a slight decrease in attack damage, but you can't really notice that much. And you're unCCable, so you just go ham. I love this ability, it's my favorite ability. Then you got level 15, you're going to get Takedown, Bravery, and Steadfast Determination. This isn't good, I don't have it at all, because you don't build Determination fast enough, in my opinion. Because, like, leveling or endgame, both are the same. When you get hit, your Determination is going to spike so much that you're really not going to need this. So I won't even use this. Bravery, I liked it a little bit because of the run speed, so I was able to clear mobs until 20, until I got my mount. I liked it a lot. I actually used, well, you're going to use anyways. I used Destroyer and Bravery. And then at level 20, I took Bravery off for Weapon Master. Takedown's really good for single target. Like, if you know you're going to be doing a lot of single target damage, you want to get rid of Not So Fast, and you want to put Takedown on there. So you can just take down Restoring Strike. Even if he doesn't, I mean, knock him down. Takedown has really good single target damage. So if you ever need a single target, like all single target, and you're not going to do any AoE, which is really rare for a Great Wing fighter, you're going to use Takedown instead of Not So Fast. Then as you keep going down, you're going to get this, which allows you to get rank 3 instead of rank 2. And then you're going to get Wicked Strike. This is where you start doing a little better AoE damage. This is where you like start slowly climbing back in the fight, because you're gonna drop around this area, 15 to 20, unless you have Founder Weapon. You're gonna get Wicked Strike, Roar, and Weapon Master. You're gonna use Weapon Master to 60. Like, that's gonna be your number 1 priority. You're probably gonna use, what I did was I used Weapon Master and Destroyer. I'm always gonna have better, like 7.5% crit, and then I get 12% more damage if I'm fighting more than 3 mobs. So it helps you with your AoE. Then it turns into a single target, which then you don't take that much damage. And I had a tank companion who kept randomly taunting until he died. That's all companions are good for. So I didn't take that much damage. I would always blow up the little mobs and then have my tank like randomly taunt the big dude. I wouldn't have to blow any potions. Like, that's the best way to stop choking potions, is to somehow blow up the ads. If you know you're going to go to a straight small AoE, I believe I can't remember the area it was called, but I think it's Roth Valley. I could be totally wrong. I think I am. But the one with all those little zombies roaming, I would definitely take Roar instead of Restoring Strike, because it's all AoE. I remember when I went there, I would just like, I would run up to him, roar, jump onto him, and then not so fast, and like almost all of them were dead. And then whatever was left, I would just use Wicked Strike to kill. And I just moved on laughing. That's mostly what you want to do for your combo leveling. Then you get to 30. 30 wasn't like a big increase to me. Like I think if I'm 20 to 35 is like probably the black hole of the Great Bone Fighter. It's like the worst time to leveling. Because Daring Shout's not great, Steel Blitz isn't good because you kill too much things too fast, so it's not worth it. And then you get Flourish, which is really good single target damage, but it's when leveling, crit. When it crits, it does a lot of damage. When it doesn't crit, it's like, why do I even have this? And plus, I don't like it. I like Restoring Strike more because there's more damage than this early game, early levels. Just because it has what you call it, because of the cooldown. Not cooldown, I'm sorry. The heal. Sorry about that. The heal is like the only thing that helps you a little bit better. The reason why is because when I leveled, I had abilities to help me stay alive longer because I heal myself. But if you don't have those, then I guess you would want Flourish. I guess you want. But I really did like Restoring Strike. That was my favorite. Then you get to 35. This is where you start to see the improvement. You get Weapon Master Strike. Weapon Master Strike's probably the one of the most greatest at wills in the game, I wanted to say, because it just, you reduce the damage resistance against your at wills. So your at wills are gonna do more damage, and then you spam your at wills with the right spec, and you just do so much damage. It's retarded. So both specs work from Destroy Path or Instigator, but I really like just Destroy Path, but. You use this a lot. Like this is probably 98% of my damage right here is what Master Strike. Come and Get It's really useless. Like it's only good to pull mobs to you to help like control ads a little bit. Just put them in position for like a singularity if they're not in range. Other than that, it's probably really useless. The damage isn't good enough on it. It pulls them slightly, and the flat damage buff isn't as much as people like to make it. It's not as strong as people think it is. I've tried it many combos. I've tried it where I would Battle Fury after you Come and Get It, and then I would do Abdominal Strike, and like I still want. It's not that much of an increase where it's worth it. Plus, then you're wasting 2 encounters just to increase 1 strike, which isn't good at all. Then you get Savage Advance and Steel Defense. Steel Defense is okay. I mean, I like going to mute for 5 seconds every time I use it daily, but it's not as good because then after you do your daily, then it's gone. You don't use it anymore. It's not sustained. It's only like a one-time use kind of deal. And Savage Advance, it's good at 40. I would get it, and I would replace Slam with it. I would have Avalanche Steel for AoE and then Savage Advance for single target. It does good damage early game, but you're gonna replace it immediately at level 50. Then you're gonna want a level 45's Battle Fury and Punishing Charge. I maxed these out because I wanted to see a level 60 how good they are. Battle Fury is okay. I like the stamina reduction refill. So like if I had to like go on ads and I was just on ads, like little tiny ads as in like archers or whatever, I would actually have Battle Fury just because it refills my stamina, not for the increased damage, because it's a 21-second cooldown if you don't have, unless you feed to reduce the damage from main cooldown by 25%. So let's say 16 to 17% second cooldown. Still a long cooldown, and it takes 1 second to activate it, and during that second you waste the 5 seconds that is up. So it's really, you activate it, you have 4 seconds of doing more damage, which is like 3 to 4 auto attacks. It's not good in my opinion. It's just good because it refills the stand bar. Other than that, it's not worth it. Punishing Charge is okay. It has a lot of charges. It has like 3 charges, I believe. I think 3 total. Let me see real fast. Yeah, 3 total. That's correct. And what was really good about it is the mobility. Other than that, I don't see, it doesn't do enough damage for me. It doesn't do anything for me really, to be honest. It's not as strong as I would like it to be. It's definitely one of those like situational, like one boss fights maybe in the future. That's it. Other than that, it's really got no use to be on your bars, leveling, or Endgame. And then 50. This is where you get your 2 best spells for single target and somewhat AoE. Your Indomitable Strike, which is OP. If you can look at it right now, I have about 45 to 53 damage, right? You're going to replace your Restoring Strike, which has a 28 to 33. You can see that's like almost doubled. It's huge damage increase. The highest crit I think I got with this is about 32k, which is really high for a great woman fighter. And I actually think I did that to 3 or 4 different targets. So I gained like almost 200, no, about 130, 140,000 damage in one strike, because I hit 3 other targets with it. Also, if you kill a target, if you do it correctly, if you kill a target, it'll actually mark all the other targets, increasing your damage down to those targets. So even though you're like, say like you have like unstoppable or you don't want to do it, I would always use it to kill a target, just to mark everything, just do more damage. Even if it's 1 or 2 hits, I would still do it. Crescendo, amazing PvP and PvE single target. It does a lot of damage and knocks them down after that. It's really strong, and you can chain it really well in PvP if you want. It's really good. I like it a lot. It's probably one of my favorite things in the world. Steel Grace, I tried it out to see if it was good. Just being able to mitigate durations and controls. It actually doesn't affect knockdowns. It only affects like being like when a dragon like does this whole roar and you're stuck there for a second. You don't have your tab up, so you're stuck. It reduces that a little bit. It reduces other things like that, but not knockdowns. So after I heard it doesn't reduce knockdowns, I definitely didn't take it, especially for endgame. It's definitely not worth it because you're not going to get anything out of this. But that's it for leveling. So for leveling, what you want to do is mostly Max Show Strike, Not So Fast, Destroyer, Mighty Leap, Restoring Strike, Avalanche. You're going to want to get Takedown. Bravery, just 1 point though. You're going to want to get Weapon Master, Roar, Wicked Strike, Flourish, Steel Blitz, Weapon Master, Steel Defense maybe if you want. Definitely get 1 point in Savage Advance. You're going to want to use max the rest of the points if you need to, whatever I said earlier. If you need to, then you can get one of these or whatever abilities you want after that. Until you get 50, then you're going to want to max these two, which gives you to 55, 56. And then put the points in the rest. But these are the main ones. So just another quick overlay. You definitely want Show Strike, Not So Fast, Destroyer, Mighty Leap, Restoring Strike, Avalanche of Steel, Takedown, Bravery, 1 point, Wicked Strike, Roar, Weapon Master, Flourish, Steel Blitz, Weapon Master Strike, Savage Advance, 1 point though. Then you're going to want to max everything else before until you get 50 points. You want to max stuff. If you get max, then you're going to get, I would get Steel Defense to help you out maybe a little bit, or Battle Fury. Then you're going to want Indomitable Battle Strike, Crescendo. You want to max these. After that, you can put your points in whatever you feel like you're comfortable, whichever ones you want to mess with, like have fun with. But those are the main ones you want. For level 60, what I do is I actually use, I've actually talked to other people, and I use Not So Fast. People like to use Roar instead of Not So Fast, but the problem I have with Roar is your main damage is your at will, so you have to be in melee range. What Roar does, it pushes them away from you. I mean, it's cool to interrupt, but it builds a ton of determination. But the problem is you push them, so then you have to like run close to them. It can ruin your other people's DPS. You can ruin the rogue. If you have 2 rogues, then you're definitely going to be ruining a lot of DPS. It's not as strong. But this is mostly what I run. I run Not So Fast, Flourish, and Indomitable Strike. For my passives, sorry, I was messing around last one. I run Destroyer and Steel Blitz. Steel Blitz is probably, you definitely want Steel Blitz for endgame. Steel Blitz is definitely the must go-to passive. Getting an extra attack is a huge must, because there's like more enemies, the more extra attacks you have, it increases your DPS by a lot. It helps. After that, you're definitely gonna want to decide between Weapon Master, the crit, or Destroyer, the damage. The reason why I have Destroyer and not Weapon Master is because I already have about 33%, and like my other guy before, you're gonna want 33% crit. That's it. Then you're gonna want as much power and damage you can get. If you don't have 33% you need to build it, then get Weapon Master. Put it on there. That's what it should look like if you don't have it. If you need crit, then have it. If you don't, then definitely take Destroyer and replace your Weapon Master. The reason for it is because it gives you 12% more damage. 12% more damage. That's awesome. If you attack more than 3 targets, which you're going to be doing all the time, you rarely do single target damage. For dailies, you want Crescendo and Slam. They're definitely the best two. Slam, because if you go down the spec I'm teaching you, if you watch all three of my guides, you'll see that Slam will be amazing. There's a lot of AoE, increases your power, does a lot of helpful stuff. It's probably one of the greatest ones in the game, I want to say, for AoE wise. Even better than Singularity, because Singularity doesn't do damage, it's mostly for control. I don't think anything else is compared to it AoE wise. Because it's pretty long. I think it's up for like 15 seconds, I believe. I don't think it has a duration. Not sure. Yeah, but it's an extra 4 seconds. So, I'm not exactly sure. I believe it's like 15 seconds, 14 to 15 seconds. It's really good, and that's a long time for your powers to be up. That's mostly it. What you're going to want to do is when you use your powers, you're definitely going to want to use, you definitely don't want to do that next time, even though it's actually really cool, I'm not going to lie. That's definitely a highlight reel. You're definitely going to want to use all your abilities while it's up to build your action points. When you build your action points, that brings up a Slam, which then increases your power, which also increases your determination bar, which lets you tab, which makes you do more damage with your at-wills. So I mean, it's really important to do all that. The best way for powers for the feats, like I'm Dro, so like mine's okay. But if you really want to go all the way with your feats, powers, you're gonna want to definitely go Human or Half Orc for the crit severity for Half Orc, or Humans for their 3 extra feats, and you get 3 extra feats and the 3% defense, which increases power. But that's mostly it. I love this class. I love the powers I have. I like the build. The class is really fun. I mean, leveling wise, when you have all these abilities, you'll see it's a lot easier if you're not running it. I mean, it's still a pain from 20 to 35, but it's a lot simpler if you just follow that. But that's mostly the guide you guys need to know about powers. So I'm going to end this guide on that note for the part 2. My name is DJ Lovedrop at DJ Carry on the Dragon server. Just add me if you have any questions, but take care, guys.